at the age of 17. I was apprenticed to a grocer, not far from Stephen's Green, where Miss Henry used to go, sir. Her manners were sublime, she sent me the heart of friendship, when she invited me to a holy in the kitchen. Victoria, Victoria, Laura, laddie, Victoria, Laura, 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 laddie. Next Sunday evening, we were to have the flare up. I dressed myself quite gay, and I felt that I'd be hair up. Captain had no wife, and we had gone a fishing, and we picked up my lad, and the host lived in the kitchen. Victoria, Laura, Victoria, Laura, laddie, Victoria, Laura, 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 laddie. With her arms around my waist, she's sliding into marriage, to the door in desperation, in Captain Mary's carriage. Right for foot, and poison she was spitting, and the captain at the door, now straight into the kitchen. Victoria, Laura, Victoria, Laura, laddie, Victoria, Laura, 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 laddie. Now essentially you like me, but you get a laughing while, for a saw kicking away, me and I was sent for trial. Swore I robbed the house, in spite of all her stretching, and I got 6 months hard for me working in the kitchen. When Victoria, Laura, Victoria, Laura, laddie, Victoria, Laura, 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 laddie. When Victoria, Laura, Victoria, Laura, laddie, Victoria, Laura, 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 laddie.
Your first big eye. Why did you go and leave me and a child?
Johnny, I hardly knew ya. And drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, the enemy nearly slew ya. Oh, darling dear, you look so queer. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. Where are the legs with which you run, hurroo, hurroo? Where are the legs with which you run, hurroo, hurroo? Where are the legs with which you run? But first you went to carry a gun. Indeed your dancing days are done. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. Guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, the enemy nearly slew ya. Oh, darling dear, you look so queer. Johnny, I hardly knew ya.
You haven't an arm and you haven't a leg.
Hurroo, hurroo.
You haven't an arm and you haven't a leg.
Hurroo, hurroo.
You haven't an arm, you haven't a leg. You're no this eyeless, chickenless egg. You'll have to be putting a bow to bake.
Johnny, I hardly knew ya. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, the enemy nearly slew ya. Oh, darling dear, you look so queer. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. What sad it is to see you so, hurroo, hurroo. What sad it is to see you so, hurroo, hurroo. What sad it is to see you so, to see you now the nothing to woe. Your peggy will keep you on as her bow. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, the enemy nearly slew ya. Oh, darling dear, you look so queer. Johnny, I hardly knew ya.
Problem is mere or not, be it barely tiring her time out. It's a saffron wine or raw. Me glue and blocking the gale. No fuller again, but you. No few in the market consider. Our female of his care on slew. Met your village manada, la hour connedo do. Non cookie mare the gale, as the perfect on sale can shoot. Dog Joe, take them and crave on, dog on in the grain of love. Ishtig Eric drum. Neil Cole, Neil Caron, a clock is Malbadon. Harkin Copper, the Greva, is dimming on Maple Front. Anish Mavarik got Miran, Good Brooks and the Nail are song. Anun the Hanner the Mina, for brothers of Francis Spawn. Anish Tar a colleague of Queen, Davari the Brie of his bond. She the told the Shelley in the Gina of Cara Navir of Dawn. Oh, I can remember Serisa, God of Shirish and Slon. To my grandfather, Gabo Timba, your fighting is him, but you know. The doctor and body sure ship, he'll cash prayer rich the heart. It's Cabrono, Jockey and Dila, no Federation law.
It's called The Way of Youth. And now use 20. Time is the desert we must cross, and youth the camel we now ride. Manhood will ride upon a horse. If it is so, here is a question I would ask. The oasis is heaven of the sands. Then why do we wander all the time? Our diaries are written by our feet. Is it not so? Here is another query too. Is there something we must seek or do, or have we naught to do but ride? The camels are silent as we go. Connection was the guardian of our youth. The farmer of the heaven drove his plough around our bones and made that mammoth drill. And do you, Column, remember the happiness? Our days were all a pantomime of laughs and smiles, and minutes clowned their moments into hours and days. The zephyr has recorded all our moods. There is a pleasant sadness when it plays them back. Yes, I have known the sky to weep at such remembrance. Those days were spent in paradox, for we were bound by friendship's chain, and thought the fetters freedom. If we were girls, a kiss and hug would link our broken chain. But a young man's hand is far too cold to hold the heat of love. Its liquid lies more gently on the sponge of lips. But we must not be foolish now, as wise young men. We shall not profit much, lamenting on our carefree days, our light-spent days. The stone from boyhood's catapult has sung behind the bird of childhood flying from our valley, and we have grown taller than our guardian hills. Let us close the light-written chapter then, and set our pens more deeply in more noble lines. And one thing more, let us go and thank the farmer for our hidden youth.
Says the guard backer down the side, there's the goods from K-Rush coming in. Perhaps it comes in 2 hours, perhaps it breaks down the way. If it does, says the guard beat the powers, we're here for the rest of the day.
And while you sit and curse your luck, The train backs down into a truck.
Are you right there, Michael? Are you right? Woo-hoo! Do you think that we'll be home before the night? Woo-hoo! Well, it all depends on whether the old engine holds together. And it might, no, might, so it might.
You never get near it. You look at the train, brings you back. For the permanent waste of where it spends most of its time off that night. Uphill the outer engine is climbing, while the passengers push with the wind. You're in luck when you reach and it's silent, for all the way home is downhill.
And while you're wobbling through the dark, you'll hear the guard make this remark.
Are you right there, Michael? Are you right? Woo-hoo! Do you think that we'll be home before the night? Woo-hoo! Well, it all depends on whether the old engine holds together. And it might, no, might, so it might.
You've heard of Julius Caesar and the great Napoleon too, and how the Cork militia beat the Turks at Waterloo. But I heard the story now that yet remains untold, and that's the warlike story of Slattery's mounted foot. This gallant band was organised by Slattery's eldest son, and all the minded poacher with a double-breasted gun. Many an eye was open, and many an eye was shut, while learning to manoeuvre with Slattery's mounted foot.
And down from the mountain came the squadron down the dune, 420 fighting men and a couple of stout bassoons. And going into action, held his musket by the butt. We sang a song and marched along with Slattery's mounted foot.
It used to be the shop house spot, we called it the canteen. And there we saw and noticed which the bravest part of learn. All liquor must be settled for before the drink is served. So on we marched, but soon again each warrior's heart grew pale. For rising high in front of us we saw the county jail. And when the Arabic next to us, we just in time to find a couple of stout policemen had surrounded us behind.
And down from the mountains came the squadrons and platoons, 420 fighting men and a couple of stout bassoons. When going into action, held his musket by the butt. We sang a song and marched along with Slattery's mounted foot. La 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 la.
We're dressed. Well, if you believe me when asked to haul, sure they don't wear a top to their dresses at all. I've seen them myself, and you could not in truth say if they were bound for a ball or a bag. Don't go starting those fashions, Mary McCree, where the mountains of Mourne sweep down to the sea. You remember young Peter O'Loughlin, of course. Now he is here at the head of the force. I met him today, I was crossing the Strand, and he stopped the whole street with one wave of his hand. And there we stood talking of days that were gone, while the whole population of London looked on. But for all his fine powers, he's wishful like me, to be back where the dark morn sweeps down to the sea. Oh, there's beautiful girls there, oh, never you mind, with beautiful shapes nature never designed, with lovely complexions, all roses and cream, but a Lachlan remarked with regards to the same, that if at those roses you are tempted to sip, the colours might all come away on your lips. So I'll wait for the wild rose that's waiting for me, where the mountains of Mourne sweep down to the sea.
drop in. We're having a bit of a rehearsal here for the Midnight Court. Written around 1780, Court on Vanilla by Brian Merriman is an epic poem of more than 1,000 lines. The work is regarded as arguably the greatest comic poem in Irish literature. It has been widely translated as The Midnight Court. As you can imagine, the humour and language is earthy, and while the English translation is a little more PC than the original writing as Gaeilge, Frank O'Connor's translation was banned by the Irish censor in 1945, while Merriman's original slipped by unnoticed. In the short excerpt we're about to see performed by members of the Carlow Theatre Society, we first encounter a young man asleep at the side of the ditch, and hear how he's escorted to the court of the Fairy Queen. At court, we then hear the story of a young woman, followed by the account of the ordeal of an older man, and finally hear what eventually happened to both men.
Yesterday morning the sky was clear. The sun fell hot on the ground. Longing for sleep bore down my head. In the grass I scooped to bed. As I looked up, as I thought awake, I seemed to see at the edge of the lake, as ugly a brute a man could see, the shape of a woman approaching me. For if I calculated right, she must have been 20 feet in height. In her hand, like a weaver's beam, she raised a staff that it might be seen. She was coming on a legal errand, for nailed to that staff was a bailiff's warrant. She cried in a voice with a brassy ring, "Get up over that, you lazy thing! To think a man like you could think 'tis fitting, lying in the grass while the court is sitting. A decenter court than e'er you knew, far too good for the likes of you. And a matter that concerns yourself as well, is that the youth of the country's gone to hell. Nothing but weeds for want of tillage, since famine and war assail this village. Shame on you, without chick nor child, and women in their thousands running wild. What matter to you if their beauty found her, if belly and breast should never be round her? If willing and able to be mother and wife, they'd drop and pluck from the boughs of life. The court is sitting today in Fecal, so off what you know as quick as you're able. Go on, I say, and give no back chat, or I'll take this stick and I'll knock you flat. Well, with the crook of her staff she hooked my cane, and we went at speed that would make Christians gay, away through the glens in one wild rush, till we landed in Moonmine by the ruined church. Now the Queen of the Fairies sat alone, at the back of the hall on a gilded throne. While keeping back the throng beholders was a great array of guns and soldiers. I saw it all, the lighted hall, crammed with faces from wall to wall, and a young woman with downcast eye, attractive, good-looking and shy, with long and sweeping golden locks, as she stood there in the witness box. The cut of her spoke with some disgrace, but I saw misfortune in her face. Her tearful eyes were red and hot, and her passions bubbled like in a pot. But whatever nurt it was provoked, she was silent, all but the sobs that choked her. You could see from the way that the speaking failed her, she'd sooner death than the thing that ailed her. But unable to express her meaning, she wrung her hands and pursued her grieving, while all we could do was stand and gaze, and sobs gave place to a broken phrase. And bit by bit, she mastered her sorrows. She dried her eyes, and she spoke as follows.
My chief complaint and principal grief, the thing that gives me no relief, is all the girls whose charms miscarry throughout the land, who'll never marry. Bitter old maids without house or home, put on one side through no fault of their own. And to give an example, here am I, while the tide is flowing, left high and dry. Wouldn't you think I must be a fright to be shelved before I got started right? Heartsick, bitter, dour and wan, unable to sleep for want of a man. But how can I lie in a lukewarm bed with all of the thoughts that come into my head? Indeed, 'tis time that somebody stated the way that women are situated. For if men go on their paths to destruction, there will be nothing left for us but abduction. Their appetite wakes with age and blindness, when you'd let them cover you only from kindness, and offer it up for all the wrongs that you've done, in hopes of reward in the life to come. And if one of them weds in the hate of youth, when the first down is on his mouth, well, it isn't some woman of his own sort, well-shaped, well-mannered, or well-taught.
There's some fretful old maid with her heels in the dung, pious airs and venomous tongue, vicious, envious, whinging, whining, plotting, sneaking, clodding, contriving, held to her soul an unmannerly sow, with a pair of bow legs and hair like tow. Went off this morning to the altar, and here am I without hope of the halter.
Couldn't some man love me as well? And I plump and sound as a bell, with lips for kissing and teeth for smiling, blossomy skin and me forehead shining. So me eyes are blue and me hair is thick and the coils and streams around me neck. Any man looking for a wife? Here's a face that'll keep for life. Hand and arm and neck and breast, each is better than the rest. Look at me waist, and me legs are long, limber like willows and light and strong. Oh, there's bottom and belly that claims attention, but the best is concealed, I need mention.
And if I was as slow as some I know, to stand up for me rights and me dress a show, some brainless, ill-bred country mope, you could understand if I lost hope. But ask anyone you meet by chance, at hurling match, or race, or dance, or pattern, or party, market or fair, whatever it was I not there?
And didn't I make a great impression, turning up in the height of fashion? My hair was washed and powdered and laundered, my quiff like snow and freshly laundered. I'd a little white bonnet with ribbons and ruff, on a spotted dress of the finest of stuff.
And you mustn't imagine that I was shy, the sort that slinks with a downcast eye, solitary, lonesome, cold or wild, like a mountainy girl or an only child.
Didn't I toss me hat at the crowds of the races? And I kept me head in the toughest of places. Wasn't I always on the watch? At bonfire, dancer, hurling match.
Or outside the chapel after mass, to coax a smile from the fellas that night. I'm wasting me time on a wild goose chase. My spirit's broken, and that's my case. This is the cause of all my tears. I'm fast in the rope of the rushing years, with age and need in lessening span, death beyond, and no hope of man.
Well, whatever misfortunes God may send, may he save me at least that lonesome end, nor leave me at last to cross alone, without chip nor child, when my legs are gone.
As an old maid counting the things I lack, scowling thresholds that warn me back, guard by the lightning and the thunder, the thoughts that make me ripe for murder. Every Egypt in the country with a man of her own has a right to insult me.
And there's Sal, got a slob with a well-stocked farm,
And Min,
money goes by on a husband's arm,
and Min and Marjorie, leaving with Cleve. I'm never done with the jokes anymore.
and a bounce of Sue, and Kitty and Ann, with children in droves and a proper man.
And all with their kind can mix and mingle, while I go
Savage and sour and single. There's a girl I know has the neighbours yapping when she got the best match in the county napping.
'Twas she that told me, under a vow, that from all saints to Shroves, she's married now, She was eating hay like a horse by the pail, with bog roots burnt and stoops in air.
Then up there jumps from a neighbouring chair a little old man with a spiteful air, staggering legs and panting breath, and the look in his eye like poison and death. And this apparition stumps up the hall and says to the girl in the hearing of all,
"Damnation take ye, you bastard bitch! What do you think a man under a ditch? No wonder the citizens are all upset with every bit in Ireland got. Declining decency and manners, cow gone dry, and the price of olives. Oh, Rowan, what more can you expect? With dull and mull, and the way they're decked. You slut of ill fame, allow your betters to tell the court how you learned your letters. Your seed and breed, for all your brag, were trumps to a man with rag and bag. I knew your dad, and what passed for his wife, and he shouldered his tracks to the end of his life. A surly lout without friend or neighbour, knowledge or niceness, wit or favour. I tell you, my friends, if you sold at a fair, himself, his wife, his kids and his gear, and the price is bet with the holy marker, you'd still be short of a glass of porter. But the devil's child has the devil's cheek. And you, that never owned cow nor sheep, but buckles and brogues and rings to order, and rare jewelry in the reek of solder. Tell the court now, and don't be shy. How long are you eating your dinner dry? With rehapes and spuds, without butter or milk, and dirty layers beneath the silk. Your worships, 'tis women's sinful pride, and that alone has the word to stride. When every young man who's ripe for marriage is tricked like this with some tricky baggage. But you know the trouble the man takes on, as soon as he marries, his peace is gone, forever in fear of a neighbour's sneer. My own experience cost me dear. There I was, as happy as Larry, until I took it into my head to marry. Tilling my fields with an easy mind, going wherever I felt inclined, welcomed by all as a man of price, always ready with good advice. The neighbours listened, they couldn't refuse. Hadn't I money and stock to uphold my views? Everything at my beck and call. Till a woman appeared and destroyed it all. Oh, a handsome girl with ripening bosom, cheeks as bright as apple blossom, a tinkling laugh, and a modest carriage, and a smile that said, I'm ripe for marriage. Lots of detainers here all day. I married the girl without delay. Oh, I took my share in the fun that followed. There was plenty for all, and nothing borrowed. Be fair to me now. There was no one slighted. The beggar man took the road delighted. The clerk was paid. The mum related. The priest went home with his pockets weighted. The guests arrived.
The lamps were lit.
The lamps were lit, the guests arrived. The dinner was served, the drink was plied, the fiddles were flayed and the night descending. And all joined in the nice good merriment. Oh, pity to God I didn't smother that day I first took milk from my mother. Or any day I ever broke bread before I brought that woman to bed. The neighbours all spoke of her wild carouses as a scratching post for the public houses. That sure as ever his glasses would jingle. How she flattened herself for married and single. How she spared no modesty to mention. Sure, I believe but 'twas all invention. I took it for talk and never minded. Sure, a man like me could never be blinded. I smiled and I nodded, and away I tripped till my wedding night when I saw her stripped. My God, 'twas a fact, and well supported.
I was a father before I started.
There I was in the cold daylight, in the family way after one short night.
With a crown of the rock, I thought in time of your age and your folly and your known decline, and the manners I owe to people and place, or I dig me nails into your ugly face.
Scatter his guts and tan his hide, and bury his soul to the other side.
Tie him down as best you can. Leave him to me, I'll make him a man.
And it's you, me bucko, but of all the crocs, I'm waiting for yours to comb your locks. You had your chance and you missed your shot, and devil's cure to you now, you're caught.
All this white I have inside won't leave me a piece like tan his side. Can't ye help me catch him? Mind him! We need girl get ropes to bind us.
Hand me your rope and I'll give him a crack. I learned it up at the small of his back. That young man is the place to hurt you. I'll teach you to respect your virtue.
And the mice were squealing in me prison cell, and the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. To begin the morning, the screw was bawling, get up, you bowsy, and clean out yourself. And the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. A screw was peeping as the lad lay sleeping, as he lay weeping for his girl sad. And the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. In the female prison there's 75 women, and it's up amongst them I wish I did well. And the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. I wish to Jesus they would change the wages from 50 shillings to £2.10. And the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal, all along the banks of the Royal Canal. Look now,
A letter of marque came from the king to the scummiest vessel I'd ever seen.
God damn them all, I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold, we'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on the Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
Oh, and said Barrett cried the town.
I wish I was in Sherbrooke now,
for 20 brave men, all fishermen, who would make for him the Antelope's crew.
God damn them all, I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold, we'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on the Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
Oh, the Antelope sloop was a sickening sight.
I wish I was in Sherbrooke now,
she'd a list of the port on the sails and ranks, and the cook and the scuppers and the skippers and janks.
God damn them all, I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold, we'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on the Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
On the King's birthday we put to sea.
I wish I was in Sherbrooke now,
we were 91 days from Montego Bay, pumping like madmen all the way.
God damn them all, I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold, we'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on the Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
On the 96th day we sailed again.
I wish I was in Sherbrooke now,
for the bloody grey Yankee hove in sight, with the cracked four plumbers we made to fight.
God damn them all, I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold, we'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on the Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
Oh, the Yankee lay low down with coal.
I wish I was in Sherbrooke now,
She was broad and fat and loose and stays, and the catcher took the antelope 2 whole days.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on the Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
At length she stood 2 cables away.
I wish I was in Sherbrooke now.
Our cracked 4 pounds made an awful din, but one fat ball against all was sin.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on the Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
Oh, the antelope heaved and pitched on her side.
I wish I was in Sherbrooke now.
Barrett was smashed like a ball of eggs, and the men from carried off both me legs.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on the Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
So here I lie in the 23rd year.
I wish I was in Sherbrooke now.
It's been 6 years since we sailed away, and I just made Halifax yesterday.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on the Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
Francis Ledwidge, one of Ireland's most renowned great war poets. Local lore suggests that Francis had strong Carlow connections with the Ledwidge family in Little Barrack Street. According to Carlow's Roots Web, James Ledwidge lived at 7 Little Barrack Street. James was originally from Dublin and worked on the floats for CIE. The family consisted of 2 sons and 2 daughters. Jim worked in Governy's boot factory, whilst another brother, John, worked in Watty Kehoe's. Daughters Mary and Rose lived with John in Nanny Nolan's shop on Tullow Street.
Soliloquy by Francis Ledwidge. When I was young, I had a care, lest I should cheat me of my share, of that which makes it sweet to strive, for life and dying still survive. An aim in sunshine ridden higher than lark or poet dare aspire. But I grew weary doing well, besides 'twas sweeter in that hell, down with the loud banditti people, who rubbed the orchards, climbed the steeple, put jackdaws' eggs and made the cock crow. 'Twas daylight on the clock, and I was so very bad the neighbours spoke of me at their daily labours. And now I'm drinking wine in France, the helpless child of circumstance. Tomorrow will be loud with war. How will I be accounted for? It is too late now to retrieve a fallen dream, too late to grieve. A name unmade but not too late to thank the gods for what is great. A keen-edged sword, a soldier's heart, is greater than a poet's art, and greater than a poet's fame, a little grave that has no name, whence honour turns away in shame. Over yellow harvest song, up till her dewy rainbow ways, she shall be beautiful and strong. The littlest sigh of noon shall spray tan on her ankles in the hay, shall kiss her brown the whole day long. I'll know her in the windows, tall above the crickets of the hay. I'll know her when her odd eyes fall one May blue, one November grey. I'll watch her down the red barn wall, take down her rusty scythe and call, and I will follow her